Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're here at Overland Expo East and we get to take a look at the all-new 4th generation 2024 Toyota Tacoma. The model behind me is the Trailhunter Edition. This is basically geared towards overlanding, so we have a lot of accessories from Toyota that you can build on this truck, drive it straight off the factory lot, and go on any adventure you're ready to go on. And this is also paired with that 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, the iForce Max, which pumps out 326 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque. It's also paired to that 8-speed automatic. Now let's work our way to the exterior styling, where for this Trailhunter you get a lot of extra goodies compared to some of the other trim levels. We have the Rigid Industries LED fog lights down below, front sensor for the distance pacing, plenty of cutouts too to provide a lot of cooling, but this also gets this light bar just underneath the Toyota badge. Check out how cool that is. We have the forward-facing camera too to really help with the trails and overlanding with all of your adventures. Steel skid plates up underneath, along with this extra trim color that gives it really nice contrast. And then up top, we have the LED headlights, and check out the Trailhunter logo on the side of the housing. Very neat to see that on the back there. And we have some nice lines that run throughout the front, even with the bulges coming down the hood. Now, as we work our way to the side, this Trailhunter is equipped with the 2.5-inch Old Man Emu suspension setup. Now up front, you can see the upper control arms there. In back, this actually has ditched the leaf springs. So for the Trailhunter, the TRD Pro, and the TRD Off-Road, now they come with coil springs in the rear. Lower trim levels are still gonna have the leaf springs. Now this also gets a really nice set of 18-inch wheels wrapped in this 33-inch all-terrain tire. So it also gives it a little bit more ground clearance, especially for the overlanding situations. And we have that high intake mount, which is very flush with this A-pillar. Really neat to see that. Now, of course, the Trailhunter is also going to get these steel rock sliders to give you that underside protection on any adventures that you're on. We have the black door handles there just to give it some nice accents there. And Toyota is still doing the black vinyl in between the windows just to tie that in a little nicer. Now, for this model, you can also get 2 beds, just like the 3rd gen. We have the 6-foot bed for this Trailhunter. So you're gonna see that extra space here with that indentation in the lower section to match nicely with up front. Forgot to mention, we got to point out that Trailhunter badge, which is a really nice design. We have another ARB bed accessory along with cargo lights on the outside. So when you're overlanding, camping, whatever, you have some additional spotlights. And then as we work our way to the back, we have the Tacoma badge stamped in the lower section, that ARB steel bumper with sensors included. We have the backup camera too, some tow hooks on both sides. And of course, this can tow right around 6,000 pounds or so. Now, as we work our way to this cargo space, there's actually 4 ways to open up the tailgate. You have one button on both sides integrated into the taillight housing. You have the electronic button underneath, and of course, the key fob too. And with the 6-foot bed, nothing really new for this. You do get the bed rail up front, of course, that you can use. We have the 3-prong outlet on the passenger side, some cargo space, and you do get a few auxiliaries over on this driver's side. Now you can also get the air compressor too, and we have that menu that you can go through. So that way you can air up and down while you're out on the trails, and with a firm push upwards, that tailgate will automatically go up, which is a really cool design to see. As we work our way to the interior now for the all-new Toyota Tacoma, check out this interior. We have a very nice trim accent just underneath the grab handle with the yellow and gray for the armrest, a little bit of storage down below along with the speaker. And then for these seats, nice perforations with more of the stitching. You can fold down these seats just like in the 3rd gen. So when you do that, you have a little bit of storage on that passenger side, the JBL sub on the driver's side. Now, if you opt for the models that have the hybrid system, you won't have any storage underneath the seats, just for the design and with all the batteries and everything. But as we work our way up into this truck now, I owned a 3rd gen Tacoma. It was a little bit crammed. We have a little bit more headroom back here at 5'10", cup holder, some auxiliaries. It's a nice place to be. We have the sliding rear window there that is electronic. And so it's still nice. It doesn't look like it's any bigger, but it's still usable for the mid-sized truck that this is. Now, real quick, let's come back to between this accessory and the bed. We have the spoiler design there with a camera up top, and there's even the 3rd brake light. Now, as we work our way to the driver's seat, another Trailhunter badge, a little bit more storage in the middle now, so that is different from the 3rd gen with the dual storage space. And then take a look at these seats. Very nice design for them with more of that stitching. They're also raised up slightly higher than the 3rd generation. They are power operated, so all of those controls are down on the side. And even with it lifted up high, it's still easy to get in and out. But as we move on to the steering wheel now, we have the solid and the perforated leather. We have distance pacing with your mode, your lane keeping assist, and tuning on this left side, volume, voice commands, and then all of these are for that gauge cluster. Now over on this left side, we have the TRD light bar that's up front. We have the cargo bed light. If you want to add even more lighting or any other components, compressors, an additional compressor, you have an area to put those. We have the tailgate release. You can also close it too. Power outlets that are in the bed, traction control, automatic headlights, and the fuel cap release. And then more of that trim kind of looks like marble. Really nice design to see. Well, let's go ahead and fire this up. We can go over the digital gauge cluster now. So we have a lot of information to go through. Tack on that left side, miles per hour on the right side, and then you can scroll through various information. It will also change the info located on the left side and the right side. So you can easily toggle between all of that and go through a lot of the settings. Check out all of the standard safety features that are on this model. You can easily turn those on and off, which is awesome to see. Now, right in the middle, we do have the massive touchscreen system, and you can go through a good bit of information. We have the navigation, audio, you can pair your phone. You can even go through some of this trip information that you want to monitor, and then various settings that you can go through as well. Now underneath that, power and volume along with climate events, and then we have the dual zone fan speed right in the middle, heated and ventilated leather seats, which is nice, heated steering wheel. I really like the design for all of these toggles for your fan speed, AC, temperature, everything like that. Underneath, wireless charging, a little bit more storage with some more auxiliaries. You have that passenger grab handle, so when you're off-roading, they have somewhere to hang on to. They can place some more info or information on that right side. Now on the left side, we have the e-brake along with the auto hold, all your four-wheel drive selectors. We push on drive mode, you can toggle between a few of them. There's also a tow and haul, crawl control, and then the multi-terrain select. So these are settings for off-roading that you can use. It's basically cruise control for off-roading. It will send power to the wheel that you need to get the most traction. Now let's quickly put this into reverse, where we have that surround view camera. You have so many different angles that you can go through, just depending on what you'd like to see, even that 360 view that you can zoom in on. So definitely gives you a lot of visibility. We have a trailer system that you can use to back up, trailer braking system as well. Shortcut to that camera system, so you can pull that up. We have a locking rear differential and the sway bar disconnect up front. With the independent front suspension, that is definitely a must. Two cup holders in the middle, a little bit of storage in the armrest, as well as the glove box. And then above that, we get Toyota, just like the 3rd gen, just a badge now in that trim piece. Rear view mirror also has a camera. So we now have that digital camera. We also get the sunglass holder, which is up top since the crawl control is now down below. And then we have the dome lights too. It's a very nice interior, very nice seating position too. I like the look going out from the driver's seat, very similar to that 3rd generation Tacoma. So we now have two top trim levels for the 4th gen Tacoma. We have the Trail Hunter and the TRD Pro, just depending on if you want to go faster or if you want to go farther and overland with this model here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, coming along, checking out the all new 4th generation Toyota Tacoma. I'm looking to get one myself, so make sure you guys subscribe, stay tuned for the build that I have coming with mine. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up, consider smashing that subscribe button, and we will see you all in the next video.